Hey there, home athletes. Trying something a little different with my recording today. Hopefully this sounds and looks all right, other than my face being in here, of course. Sorry about that, unavoidable. Today's workout, it is Wednesday. We're doing some interval work today, like we tend to do once a week. Today's workout for you takes the form of four 4-minute AMRAPs, right? So for 4 minutes, you can do as many rounds of reps as you can. There is a 2-minute rest in between each AMRAP. So we're gonna work for 4, rest for 2, work for 4, so on and so on. The 2 minutes is in there. Won't give you enough time to fully recover, but it will give you enough time to get that heart rate down a little bit, catch your breath, enabling you to kind of maintain the intensity of the AMRAPs, right? So only 4-minute windows, which obviously isn't gonna be an all-out sprint, but I do want you to move with attention and try to keep moving for as much of that 4-minute window as you can. So inside each 4-minute AMRAP, we have 3 different movements. We're gonna do 24 reps of each one. We have 24 dumbbell facing over the dumbbell burpees. We have 24 alternating dumbbell snatches, and we have 24 single dumbbell thrusters. So we have burpees, snatches, and thrusters. To make scoring more sensible for you, and so you get kind of a well-balanced workout, I want you to remember where you are at the end of each AMRAP, right before the break, right? And you rest, and I want you to pick up right where you left off in the next AMRAP. So let's say you just did snatch number 12, and the timer goes off, and it's time to rest for those 2 minutes. The next AMRAP starts, you'll start on snatch number 13, right? So we'll have a continuous count all the way through the workout. This will give you a more balanced workout and make it easier to keep track of how many rounds you have done. So your final score will be rounds and reps across all 4 AMRAPs. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's talk about those movements. So today you need a single dumbbell, 1 dumbbell. We're gonna start with some bar facing or dumbbell facing burpees, I should say. So you have your 1 dumbbell. It is here on the floor. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, my camera work. Like I said, I'm experimenting today. But dumbbell goes on the floor. We're gonna do a burpee facing the dumbbell. So when you're down on the floor, let's try to have maybe like your forehead or so be directly above the handle of the dumbbell, right? We don't have the full face, the chest over the dumbbell. Kind of forehead goes over the handle. And just like these are just regular old burpees, hands go to the floor, forehead over the handle, bring the feet in. And then instead of the usual burpee jump, don't do that. You're gonna jump over the dumbbell. Just like that. You're gonna turn around and do it again. All right, 24 reps right there. Then we have some alternating snatches. We do these pretty regularly. Great full body movement. Remember, these are very much a leg and hip driven movement. The first part we describe as a jump. We bend the knees, we drop the hips down, and we jump hard with the legs. We extend those hips, and then we pull that elbow straight up to keep the weight close to the body. And then we finish by punching that dumbbell up overhead. One big explosive movement from the ground every single time, straight up, straight back down again, switch hands every rep, 24 reps, 12 per side. Making sure we're keeping those hips low, right, when we're pulling from the floor, keeping that weight close. We're looking for a nice straight line from ground to overhead. And then we have thrusters, which we all know and love, as a squat and then an overhead press, kind of joined together. For the 24 reps today, as you can see in my notes, I want you to switch hands every 6 reps to get your 24. So, starting on the right, or whichever side you want. Back part of the dumbbells resting on the shoulders, elbows pointing forward, heels are about shoulder width apart like we do with our squats, all our squats. Drop down into a full squat at the bottom, drive up hard with the legs, and then push overhead. For this one, we're looking to fully extend the knees and hips, the lower body, right, before pushing overhead. And then kind of opposite, going back down again, we want to have that weight come down and touch the shoulder first before starting that next squat. So extend the lower body first, then extend overhead, then bring the weight down to the shoulders before starting that next squat. I would say you're probably not going to be able to get through more than 1 round inside each AMRAP. I would say if you're really hustling in that first one, Yeah, that's a lot of work to do in 4 minutes, but that's why I want you to have the continuous count, right? So don't get discouraged. Work as hard as you can for the 4 minutes, working as much as you can for the 4 minutes. Take your break, get it done. So get your timer set first. So you'll need 4 rounds with a 2-minute rest in between each one. If you're still looking for a good timer, we use the Gym Next timer, I believe it's called, Gym Next timer app that you can get on Google Play or whatever. Works really well, has a lot of different options. It's very easy to load stuff up like this. All right, home athletes, get it done. If you have any questions or ever have any questions, let me know. Morgan@rivet.fit is my email address. Send me an email, I'll get back to you. Have a great workout. Talk to you tomorrow.